Because how's it going? This is Kaz. I wanted to share with you guys a very interesting story for me. A couple of weeks ago, to be exact, probably like 3 weeks ago, I was thinking, okay, where is my cousin? Actually, I have two cousins from my mom's side whom I can't really find, and I'm not in touch with them really well. And they have a really unique last name, very rare. And I searched for them online, and for a long time I was noticing this didn't just happen this time, but for like 15 years at least, I knew that there are so many people in South America, especially in Peru, lots of them with the same last name as my mom's name. And it occurred to me that maybe I should ask them, because that's just it's just impossible that there are so many of them, because in Japan this name is so unique to the area that I am from, in Hiroshima, Japan, Takehara, Japan. That's my mom's hometown. My hometown is right next to it, Akisu. But this name is so unique to the area. So I think I asked one of them. I noticed that there are lots of them coming from Dios de Madre in Peru. I asked one of them, hi, my mom's name is the same as that. What's the story? And before that, I noticed that on Facebook, somebody, actually it was her her uncle, who had a picture. And I was able to see this because the option is the world can see it. And he wrote in front of the grave saying, this name, he says to the effect of, we know why we have this name. Grandfather Suematsu came from Japan. So I asked him, but I didn't get a reply from him, so I asked somebody else. She was like a university student, and she was like related to him, and she said, Suematsu, our original Japanese guy who immigrated to Peru in 1900, came from Takehara, Japan, Hiroshima, Japan. And I'm like, really? My mom is from Takehara too, and she has the same last name, maiden name. But still, I feel like, this cannot be like, oh, you are related to me. But this last name is so rare and unique. So, but I'm still thinking at this point where when maybe something's off. Anyways, what did I do? And then I called my mom. She's like 78 years old in Japan, living in Japan. I asked her, hey, do you know Suematsu? These Peruvian people told me that there's this guy, Suematsu, and I think he could be related to us. And I asked her, what is my great-grandfather's name? And she said, Daikichi. And she was explaining, okay, Daikichi had a cousin, and she said, Daikichi's cousin is Setsugo. And I said, okay. And then I went back to this Peruvian side, and I said to her, I spoke with my mom, and she said that there was this guy, Setsugo. Actually, it's my grandfather's cousin. And she came back to me and said that, my grandma told me that it is Setsugo, who is a brother of Suematsu. who came to Peru. And at this point, I'm thinking, she said that it's according to my grandma, and I think her grandma is like 90 years old. So I'm like, well, maybe she's old and she doesn't remember well, and maybe they're just saying this half on me because it's just too hard to believe. But anyway, the next moment I was connected to other people too, and they told me that 90% of their family members actually immigrated back to Japan. So they started also talking to me, one of them living in Mie Prefecture. And he sent me a photo of a letter on which I see the name Setsugo. And at this point I'm like, okay, this is real. My mom said her dad, who is my grandpa, had a cousin, Setsugo, and they have a picture of a letter from Setsugo. So, and then they also had a Japanese official registration of, I think it's this guy's mom, and I see the address, Takehara, and then it's really close to my mom's house. So at this point I'm like, okay, we are related. So we started talking, and like I said, 90% of them are back in Japan. They live in Shizuoka, they live in Mie Prefecture. Now on my Facebook, I have like 10 Peruvian Japanese people living in Japan. I think some of them, or many of them, feel like they're Japanese actually, because I think many of them were born in Japan. One of them, this lady told me that she actually literally went from, I don't know, Aichi maybe, or Tokyo area. She literally went to Takehara to ask them about their ancestors at the municipal office of Takehara. So all of a sudden I have a lot of distant relatives. So like with them, their great parents are the same as mine. So my mom's dad's dad is the same as them. And if my math is correct, I share with them 1/16 of my blood, I think. And I talked to them. I just spoke with like 5 of them on Zoom. Zoom is like a cousin of Skype. And I had a really nice conversation with them. And I look forward to talking with them more. And when I go back to Japan every spring, I hope I can see them. It's cool that I have all of a sudden a lot of cousins. I started calling them cousins because one of them asked me, "Hey, can I just call you cousin Primo?" Oh, that reminded me. The reason why I think I was able to get connected is because I speak Spanish. When I was 19, in 1980s, late 1980s, I was in Britain for 3 months, and I met a friend from Mexico, and she said, why don't you come to my house in Mexico City to study?